5,000 years, I've never experienced such an irresponsible, miraculous owner. As a result, he's lost his ring, and it's just me that's able to help you out.
Miraculous Ladybug wouldn't be the same without the magical creatures known as Kwamis. Created by the universe's abstract concepts, these cosmic beings have unimaginable abilities, and a few of them have since collided with humanity, becoming sources of power for the forces of good and evil throughout several centuries. So far, the Chinese Miracle Box and the Kwamis that reside within it are the few featured in the main series. And as of now, every Kwami has found someone to wield their respective Miraculous. It's impossible to doubt the relevance of any Kwami, yet 2 of them are the shining stars of the series, making it possible for 2 teenagers to become the undisputed protectors of Paris. Tikki and Plagg are some of the oldest Kwamis and have a long history within their universe. In today's video, we're looking into their pasts and reviewing every critical detail revealed so far.
And you cannot continue keeping both the miraculous of destruction and creation under the same roof.
As we know, the Kwamis come into existence when a new concept enters the universe. These concepts have a considerable range, as there can be Kwamis of love or beauty and Kwamis of mathematics or migration. All the Kwamis share a joint history, as during the beginning millennia of their existence. They traveled across the universe together, exploring everything. Eventually, they came to Earth, where they would watch the rise of humanity. Unfortunately, despite caring for the humans' well-being, Kwamis remained intangible to their untrained eye for centuries. According to Miraculous Adventures Volume 2, the Kwamis remained unnoticed by humans until a Chinese mage found a way to harness their powers by creating the Miraculouses 5,000 years ago. In return for their visual forms, the Kwamis help humans by powering the Miraculouses for their wielders. In this way, their originally unmanageable powers become safe enough to use, with many miraculous wielders using their new abilities for good. However, as we stated, the Kwamis' lives began long before they encountered humanity, but their existence spans beyond a single universe. Miraculous World Paris introduces the multiverse, and Tikki explains that each universe has its own set of Kwamis. They live simultaneously in every world and retain their memories. Unfortunately, Tikki glosses over this fact to keep things simple because Marinette's lifespan isn't long enough to go into every detail. Amazingly, the Kwamis can remember so much information, and doing so must help them in their journeys.
Parallel universes? Why didn't you tell me about this? It's just, I've lived for billions of years in every single one of these universes simultaneously.
As the first Kwami, it's only fitting to begin this history deep dive with Tikki. When the universe came into being 13.8 billion years ago, the concept of creation arrived with it, resulting in Tikki's birth. Since she has lived since the dawn of the universe, she is older than every other Kwami. But as more concepts formed, Tikki gradually gained many Kwami siblings that she could traverse the universe with. After the mage created her Miraculous, she spent 5,000 years granting humans the power to make lucky charms. She traveled from China to places like Egypt, Greece, Japan, and Mexico, until eventually finding her way to Paris, where she became the Kwami of the notable historical figure Joanne d'Arc. Together, Joanne became the hero known as Scarlet Fate, and she used the Ladybug Miraculous to help protect Paris during the 100 Years' War. Occasionally, Kwamis will use their powers without a wielder to guide them. Tikki is a responsible Kwami who always keeps the rules in mind. But according to Plagg, she once used her lucky charm when humans first created chocolate 1,000 years ago. Historically speaking, Tikki's sweet tooth is known to get her into trouble, as it does in the episode Dearest Family.
But we won't get another opportunity for a long time. See, a Kwami cycle lasts several hundreds of human years.
Although the Ladybug and Cat Miraculouses appear to be the ones used most often throughout history, Tikki has a dormant period within the Miracle Box until Gabriel becomes Hawkmoth, and Master Fu must choose a new wielder for the Ladybug Miraculous. A common feature among the Kwamis is that most come in a yin-yang pair. These pairs are creatures and concepts that balance one another out in the universe. For Tikki, her yin-yang partner is Plagg, otherwise known as the Kwami of Destruction. Like Tikki, Plagg traveled with the other Kwamis across the universe after his creation. However, once they found and made Earth their home, he caused multiple world-altering disasters. The most memorable disaster occurred before the existence of humans, as told by Master Fu in Style Queen. Plagg's cataclysm caused the dinosaurs to go extinct. However, Plagg claims he was young and seems to regret his actions. After the dawn of humanity, Plagg spent some time in the ancient city of Atlantis. The stories say that the famous city sunk beneath the waves, and many works of fiction picture it as a civilization lost to the sea. According to Plagg, he sinks the city because he has too much cheese. Fortunately, Plagg can finally put his powers to good use when the Chinese mage creates the Miraculouses. Plagg uses his powers to turn people into cat-themed heroes capable of destroying anything they touch.
Meow. Style faux pas. Cataclysm!
For the next 5,000 years, Plagg helps humanity the best he can, but he encounters some hiccups. Traveling the world for new wielders, Plagg finds himself in places like Mexico and Italy. While living in the latter, he topples the Tower of Pisa after flying into it, causing the structure's infamous tilt. Plagg strikes an equal balance between causing catastrophes and preventing them. When Tikki used her lucky charm over 1,000 years ago, causing it to rain chocolate for 2 months, Plagg, alongside his unknown wielder, worked together to stop the delicious disaster. It's clear that the two Kwamis depend on each other a great deal, and without the other, the universe would become unbalanced between the forces of creation and destruction. Unfortunately, striking a balance sometimes requires being at odds. According to Joanne d'Arc in Reunion, during her time as Scarlet Fate, Plagg served as a Knights Miraculous during the 100 Years' War. The knight, called Dark Grimalkin, fought for the English against the Scarlet Fate. It's unknown how two Miraculouses from the same miracle box ended up on opposing sides of a war. However, Tikki and Plagg eventually find their way back together, as Dark Grimalkin falls in love with Scarlet Fate. Like how Marinette and Adrien have fallen in love, Tikki and Plagg likely discovered the secret identities of their wielders and communicated with one another when they were together.
We fell in love, my sweet Gib and I. No more did we wanteth to fight. We just wanted to love each other.
Eventually, Dark Grimalkin and Scarlet Fate grow tired of following their monarch's whims and decide to trade their lives of adversity for ones of love. They renounce their Miraculouses so they can run away together, leaving Plagg and Tikki to return to their miracle box. There are occasions when Plagg has stayed in the miracle box while other Kwamis were active, and as custom, he occupied himself with the objects that the other Kwamis brought back from their journeys. One of these objects was a piano, which he then learned to play in his free time. In the episode Feast, he uses this knowledge by playing the piano with Adrien. Plagg's relationship with Adrien is heartwarming, but it wasn't always easygoing. Plagg has a distinctly different personality than the other Kwamis, especially with his work ethic and willingness to transform. There are many episodes, especially in the earlier seasons, when Plagg tries to dissuade Adrien from performing his duties as Cat Noir, while many of the other Kwamis are excited when approached by a new wielder. It takes Plagg time to warm up to Adrien and his role as Cat Noir's Kwami. It would be easy to chalk up Plagg's reluctance as laziness. However, he has already proven to be quite caring and considerate to his wielders. When Adrien gave up his Miraculous in Kuroniko, for example, Plagg had grown so fond of their friendship that he would do anything to give the Cat Miraculous back, including lying to Marinette. The more likely answer to Plagg's reluctant personality is negative experiences from his past. We already know that Miraculouses can fall into the wrong hands, as seen with Gabriel and the Butterfly Miraculous throughout the series. It's pure speculation, but perhaps Plagg has had bad wielders in his long history, making him reluctant to help the humans he, like all Kwamis, once admired. With Season 6 on the horizon, it's only a matter of time before we learn more about Plagg, Tikki, and the history of all the known Miraculouses.
Listen, I have Ladybug believing that I've found a perfect new holder for Cat Noir, and this new holder is you.
It's hard to imagine Tikki and Plagg as the untouchable cosmic entities they used to be. They've seen the rise of humanity, and they will exist to see its fall if the time ever comes. Their vast experience and wisdom make them some of the most knowledgeable creatures in the universe, and the heroes are lucky to have them on their side. Unfortunately, Ladybug and Cat Noir can't be heroes forever. However, Tikki and Plagg will remember their time with Paris's greatest defenders and carry their memories with them as they find new wielders to help protect the world.
When Monarch seized my yo-yo, he suddenly gained access to all the Miraculous at once. This can never happen again.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
We're heading straight for disaster. I knew it. I told you.
Shh, be quiet, Mark. You're gonna jinx everything.